Welcome to the Crunch Time YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be talking about how the Raptors were able to beat the Los Angeles Lakers yesterday. Before we get into the video, make sure to subscribe and leave a like for more sports related content. Now let's get into the video. The Raptors upset the Lakers yesterday as they were able to beat them 107-92. There are three key things that caused the Lakers to lose to the Raptors, and those are that the Raptors were able to keep the ball out of Anthony Davis's hand, the Lakers' overall sluggishness, and the Lakers' shooting. So let's first talk about how the Raptors were able to take Anthony Davis out of the game. Anthony Davis only had 14 points and shot 2 for 7. He also only had 6 rebounds, which is very bad compared to Kyle Lowry's 14. So the Raptors really played well and had a good game plan for Anthony Davis. They watched that Clippers game and they were like, we have to stop Anthony Davis. LeBron might be the leader of this team, but Anthony Davis is what makes this team run. He is why this team is the number 1 seed in the Western Conference. The Raptors always had guys looking towards AD's direction and just trying to get there to stop him. They had the game plan. If we're going to lose to the Lakers, it's not going to be because we let them beat us so badly with Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis was facing so many double team and triple teams. It would just be pointless for him to put up a shot. So he just had to give the ball to his other teammates and hope they could make shots for him. And as I'm going to talk about later, they were not able to do that. Now let's talk about the Lakers' sluggishness and how it just looked like they weren't into the game. The Raptors started off with a 13-0 lead, and the Lakers were playing really terrible. They had some lazy shots, lazy turnovers. We're just letting the Raptors get some easy baskets. They weren't getting to the ball on defense. They weren't switching properly. It was just bad. The Lakers were able to come back, however, and they made the first quarter pretty close. It was like within 2 to 3 points. But the Lakers actually took a lead in the second quarter, and they started to look like they knew what they were doing. This was the Lakers we had seen all season. LeBron was playing well. Anthony Davis was not doing as well still, but LeBron, he was getting other players involved. Kuzma was doing good, and it looked like, okay, the Lakers will be able to get by in this one, even if they started off really poorly. And then the third quarter happened, and then Kyle Lowry just dominated. He was playing very aggressive, and he was just too much for the Lakers. They couldn't contain him. He was just always attacking the ball, playing really good defense, taking advantage of the Lakers' weak defense at some points in the game, and he had a really good third quarter. I believe that's where most of his points came from, of his 30. The Lakers in the fourth quarter just looked out of it. At that 4-minute mark, the Raptors really pulled away. It was within like 5 points at some point, but then Van Vliet, Lowry, they made some shots, and Anunoby, he made a few shots, and it ended up being like a 15-20 point lead. The Lakers ended up, of course, losing that after blowing a decently sized lead in the fourth quarter. Now let's talk about the third reason why the Lakers lost, and probably the most scary reason for them, and that was their poor shooting. We've seen in the past 2 games against the Clippers and Raptors, the Lakers have had very poor shooting. Danny Green especially has not been doing good throughout these few games. He went 0 for 7 last game. He didn't make a single shot, and 6 of those were 3-pointers. That's what happens when you take the ball out of Anthony Davis's hand and have someone like OG Anunoby, who played really good last game, guarding LeBron James. Teams need to learn from the Raptors' game plan, but I don't think many teams will be able to play the Lakers the way the Raptors were able to. The Raptors have really good big men. They have Siakam, they have Ibaka, they have Gasol. They're able to put guys that can guard Anthony Davis, or at least try to contain him, which is what they were able to do. Anthony Davis just always had someone on him. Now, going back to the Lakers shooting, Markieff Morris actually, he went 3 for 10. That's bad. And he also went 0 for 5 at the 3-point line. The Lakers shot 25% from the 3-point line. That's terrible. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, he was 1 for 4 from 3. Dion Waiters was 2 for 6 from 3, 4 from 11 from the field. That's bad. I have named a lot of players who had bad shooting games, but I will give credit to Kyle Kuzma. He did shoot a little better. He was 5 for 13. That's still, I believe, in the 30% range, but he did shoot 3 for 7 at the 3-point line, which is really good. That's like 42%. So, these are my main takeaways from the Lakers-Raptors game. Now I'm going to be showing you guys who I think was the biggest X factor of this game and why I think the Raptors were able to beat the Lakers and why this person is going to have to step up if the Raptors want to repeat this season. Now, to wrap up this video, I'm going to talk about who the biggest X factor was for the Toronto Raptors. In my opinion, the biggest X factor was OG Anunoby. He scored 23 points, and he had 8 for 9 shooting. That is really efficient. He also made all of his free throws. I believe he was 4 for 4 in that aspect as well. He had 4 assists, 4 rebounds, 2 steals, and he played really good defense on LeBron James. He was on him for most of the game, and holding LeBron to 20 points is really good. LeBron also shot 7 for 15, and that's not good for LeBron James. So I think OG Anunoby is really going to have to step up this postseason for the Raptors, considering he kind of is filling in that Kawhi Leonard role. He's playing that small forward position, and of course we know he isn't Kawhi Leonard. He isn't the same on offense, and he isn't the same on defense. But I do think he has the potential to develop into someone who can become similar to a Kawhi Leonard. He plays very good defense, that does not get enough credit, and his offense is really solid too. He's an efficient shooter, and he always is making the right play. If the Raptors want to repeat, they're going to need people like OG Anunoby to step up, play good defense, make good shots, be efficient, and make the right play. So thanks for watching this video. Make sure to subscribe and leave a like. And comment below which game you would like to see me do a video on next. Have a great day.